Welcome back to Kwavebox, your number one source for the most shocking, emotional, and unforgettable stories from the world of Chinese and Korean entertainment. Today's revelation is one that has shaken the industry to its very core. Actress Yangmi, one of the most influential stars of her generation, has broken her silence in a way no one could have predicted. Her explosive statement has left fans in disbelief, colleagues speechless, and the media scrambling for answers. Yangmi has directly exposed what she calls the chilling truth behind Yu Menglong's tragedy, declaring with heartbreaking honesty, "I can't stay silent anymore." The moment these words hit the internet, they ignited a storm that no one can escape. The truth she revealed has stunned everyone, and today, we're diving deep into everything that unfolded, why Yangmi finally spoke out, and what this revelation means for Yu Menglong's legacy and for the future of the industry itself. But before we get into this, let me ask you, have you ever followed a story so closely, only to realize later that what you thought you knew was only the surface of a much darker truth? That's exactly what fans of Yangmi and Yu Menglong are feeling right now. Many believed his story was complete, that his tragic departure from the spotlight was something left to speculation, whispered rumors, and unanswered questions. Yet Yangmi, known for her poise and professionalism, has thrown caution aside to reveal what really happened. And the truth, as she describes it, is more devastating than anyone could have imagined. When Yangmi first sat down for what seemed like a routine interview, no one thought she would use that moment to finally break free from the silence that had followed her for so long. With tears welling in her eyes, her voice trembled as she admitted that the pain of holding back had become unbearable. "People deserve to know," she said, her words cutting through the carefully curated image of the industry. "I owe it to him, to Yu Menglong. I owe him my voice." The studio froze. Journalists stopped scribbling, cameras zoomed in, and the internet, once her words leaked, erupted into chaos. Fans around the world flooded social media with hashtags, theories, and waves of heartbreak. The first wave of shock came from her confession that Yu Menglong's fate was not an accident, nor was it a simple result of career pressure, as many had speculated. According to Yangmi, there was someone behind the scenes who wanted him silenced. Yes, silenced. The word she used was chilling enough to send shivers down everyone's spine. But who could it be, and why? Yangmi's courage to speak up has sparked a new demand for justice, not only from fans, but from others in the industry who have quietly whispered about hidden power struggles for years. At this point, let's pause for a moment. If you're watching this right now, what would you do if you uncovered a truth so heavy, so terrifying, that speaking out could change everything? Would you stay silent out of fear? Or would you risk everything, like Yangmi, to protect the legacy of a friend and colleague? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know how you'd handle a situation this intense. Now, let's continue. Yangmi went on to describe the bond she shared with Yu Menglong. They weren't just colleagues, they were confidants, allies in an industry that often chews people up and spits them out. She painted a picture of Yu Menglong as someone full of life, laughter, and ambition. A man with dreams so big they couldn't be contained. But behind his warm smile, he carried burdens that few could see. Yangmi's words revealed that he confided in her about threats, about feeling watched, about people who didn't want him to succeed. At first, she admitted she didn't want to believe him. It sounded like paranoia, the kind of stress anyone under the spotlight might imagine. But as events unfolded, and as his career began to take strange turns, she realized that what he feared might have been horribly real. She leaned forward during her statement, her voice steady but laced with emotion, and said, "He told me he felt trapped. He said, 'If anything happens to me, promise me you'll tell the truth.'" At that moment, fans everywhere broke down in tears. Imagine hearing such a plea from someone you loved and respected, only to later face the unbearable weight of carrying their final request. Yangmi admitted that for years she struggled with guilt. She questioned herself daily. Had she done enough? Could she have stopped what happened? Why did she wait so long to honor his request? Her silence, she explained, was not cowardice, but fear. Fear of retaliation, fear of destroying everything she had built, and fear of exposing the darkness lurking behind the glittering world of fame. But eventually, the weight was too heavy, and the truth could no longer be buried. Fans have been debating nonstop since her statement. Some are convinced Yangmi's revelation will spark an investigation, finally bringing justice to Yu Menglong's name. Others worry for her safety now that she's dared to speak out against powerful forces. The internet has become a battlefield, with hashtags like Justice for Yu Menglong and Stand with Yangmi trending across multiple platforms. Emotional fan art, tearful tribute videos, and long threads analyzing every detail of her interview have taken over the online space. And still, the question remains, who exactly was responsible for Yu Menglong's fate? Yangmi, for now, has not named names. But her words strongly suggest that those who know the truth are already trembling. Let's take a step back and think about this together. If someone as influential and admired as Yangmi risks everything to expose the truth, doesn't that make you wonder how deep this mystery really goes? Could it be that we've only scratched the surface, and that Yu Menglong's story is part of a much larger web of secrets? Drop your theories in the comments. I'll be reading them because honestly, this is the kind of story that no one person can unravel alone. We need to piece it together as a community. As the night went on after her interview, reporters scrambled to confirm her claims. Some sources from within the industry, who spoke anonymously, hinted that they too had suspicions about what happened to Yu Menglong, but were too afraid to voice them. Others praised Yangmi's bravery, saying she has opened the door for others to finally speak up. This could be the beginning of a reckoning within the industry, where silence and fear have long been the unwritten rules. Meanwhile, fans are organizing online campaigns, demanding answers from management companies, producers, and anyone who may have been close to Yu Menglong in his final days. His old projects have surged in popularity again, as fans rewatch his work with new eyes, searching for signs they may have missed. His interviews are being dissected, his words reanalyzed, every smile and glance suddenly layered with deeper meaning. The world is remembering him not just as an actor, but as a human being who may have been fighting a silent battle far bigger than anyone knew. Yangmi ended her statement with a message that broke everyone's hearts. Yu Menglong was more than what they allowed you to see. He was kind, he was real, and he deserved so much more. I can't bring him back, but I can make sure his story is not erased. Her words lingered long after the cameras stopped rolling, echoing through the hearts of millions. So here's where we stand. The truth Yangmi revealed has changed everything. It has reignited love and grief for Yu Menglong, sparked outrage against the hidden systems of power in the industry, and opened the door for questions that may never have answers. But one thing is certain, people will never look at his story the same way again. And now, I turn this over to you. Do you believe Yangmi's revelation will lead to justice? Or do you fear that powerful forces will try to silence her next? Do you think others will come forward, or will the truth remain buried under fear and influence? Comment your thoughts, share your feelings, and let's keep this conversation alive. Because as Yangmi has shown us, silence only helps those who want the truth hidden. This is not just Yangmi's fight. It's a fight for memory, for justice, and for the courage to stand up even when the odds are terrifying. Here on Kwavebox, we'll continue to follow every twist and turn of this story. Stay tuned, because this is far from over.